Stun new videos have come out showing police interviews with a couple who used to work for Daystar TV. These videos tell us new and shocking facts about what happened in the case involving Baby Lamb. That name, Baby Lamb, refers to the daughter of Jonathan and Susie Lamb. Jonathan used to be a vice president at Daystar TV, and Susie is his wife. Almost a year ago, reports came out that Baby Lamb had told her mother, Susie, very serious and graphic details about something terrible that had happened to her. In November 2020, Baby Lamb told her mother she had been sexually abused, but at that time, she didn't say who the abuser was. The next day, Baby Lamb talked privately with her grandmother, Joni Lamb. Joni is the president of Daystar TV and the mother of Jonathan. After that talk with her grandmother, Baby Lamb stopped talking about what had happened. Susie said that after that private talk, her daughter became silent about the abuse and did not want to talk anymore. About 8 months later, the family went on a beach vacation. During that trip, something very troubling happened. Jonathan said that he found a family member in his 5-year-old daughter's bedroom. The child was completely naked when he found them there together. Even though this was very disturbing, Jonathan and Susie say that Joni and her late husband Marcus Lamb decided that this family member was innocent. They said he didn't do anything wrong. Jonathan and Susie claimed that Joni and Marcus made that decision because they wanted to protect the family's image and protect Daystar TV's name. In earlier reports, this family member was called Pete to hide his real name. But now his true identity has been revealed because his name comes up many times in the police interviews. His name is Josh Brown. Josh Brown is the director of business development at Daystar TV. He is also married to Rachel Lamb Brown, who is Joni's daughter, so that makes Josh part of the Lamb family. It's important to say that Josh Brown has never been charged with any crime. The police looked into the case about Baby Lamb, but they closed it in May of last year because there wasn't enough evidence. The police in Colleyville, Texas, said that Baby Lamb had not yet made what they call an outcry. That means she had not yet told the police directly about what happened to her. But they also said that if she ever does speak out and tell her story, they would reopen the case and look at it again. Then, in January of this year, just 2 months after the story first came out, the Colleyville police started talking to more people connected to the case. They began doing more interviews to try to understand what really happened. 2 of the people they interviewed were Rebecca Lamb Weiss and her husband, Jonathan, or J.W. Weiss. Rebecca is another one of Joni's daughters, so she's also part of the Lamb family, and she's Josh's sister-in-law. In the first interview with Rebecca and J.W., they talked about some very disturbing things they said they saw between Josh Brown and Baby Lamb. J.W. had even written a letter about these things back in 2021. He sent that letter to a family friend named Denise Boggs, who works at a ministry called Living Waters Ministry. Even though what J.W. wrote about was alarming, in that first interview, both he and Rebecca seemed unsure. They were careful with their words and didn't want to fully accuse Josh of doing anything. It was almost like they were afraid or nervous about saying what they really thought. But in the second interview, their tone changed a lot. They became much more confident and direct about what they believed. The reason their story changed was because they went back and reread J.W.'s 2021 letter and talked with another person who had seen something important, Sylvia, Joni's cleaning lady. Sylvia had been working for the Lamb family and was there during the beach vacation when the troubling event happened. After talking to Sylvia, Rebecca and J.W. realized that Sylvia had actually witnessed what happened in that moment. There are 2 very different stories about what happened that day. Joni, the grandmother, said that Josh Brown went into Baby Lamb's bedroom because the little girl's brother invited him there to look out the window and see the city view. But Susie, the mother, said something different. She said that she had told her daughter to go upstairs and change into her bathing suit, and then Josh followed the little girl up to her room. So who is telling the truth? That's what Sylvia's story helps to answer. Sylvia told the police which version of the story really happened. She saw what happened that day during the beach trip. And not only that, Sylvia also told the police about another time when something else happened involving Josh Brown that had never been made public before. Because of this, these new police interviews are very important. They show new information and new details that people didn't know before. They raise serious questions about what really happened, how it was handled, and who might have tried to cover it up. The interviews are emotional, tense, and eye-opening. You can see the different people in the family struggling with what to say and trying to protect themselves, the family, or the truth. Before showing the interviews, it's important to explain how they were obtained. Jonathan and Susie Lamb, the parents of baby Lamb, got these videos through a public information request. That means they legally asked the police department for copies of the interview videos. Once they received them, they gave them exclusively to the Roy's Report, a media outlet that investigates and reports on issues like this one. Jonathan and Susie also released a statement explaining why they decided to share the videos. They said they wanted the truth to come out and for people to see what really happened in the police interviews. They wanted people to understand how the investigation was handled and why they believe there has been a cover-up to protect Daystar TV and the family's public image. And they issued the following statement explaining their decisions. From the very beginning of this journey, after much prayer, God made it clear to my wife and me that we were to shine light into the darkness and trust Him with the outcome. With fear and trembling before the Lord, we chose to obey, and through it all, He has remained faithful. These police interviews are part of a process that began last year. We have not followed the opinions of man, but at great personal cost have chosen to do what God asked of us in sharing our story with Julie. When Rebecca and JW did their first interview, they questioned our motives, unaware of the difficult year we had endured. After Susie was fired, she felt led to cut off contact with everyone at Daystar and to quiet her heart before the Lord during that season. We were slandered, lied about, tracked, accused of extortion, and humiliated at every opportunity. Through it all, we stayed on our faces before God, asking Him to lead us with clean hands and pure hearts. Any claim that we were parents who did not care is completely false. We had multiple conversations with the detective and prayed fervently for justice throughout the process. In their second interview, Rebecca and JW spoke the truth, and our hearts are full of gratitude for their courage and boldness. We continued to trust God with the outcome of this entire situation as we remain obedient to His call. The videos show not just what was said, but also how the people acted, what emotions they showed, and how their stories may have changed over time. They give an inside look at a family torn between loyalty and truth. For years, Daystar TV has been a major Christian television network, known around the world. The Lamb family has been at the center of it. But now, this scandal, involving their own family, has raised serious questions about honesty, accountability, and justice inside such a big religious organization. In these interviews, we see family members struggling to come to terms with what might have happened to a little girl in their own home. We see how power, fame, and fear can make people stay quiet or change their stories. This set of interviews is not just about one family. It's about how truth can sometimes be hidden when people want to protect their image. And it shows how painful it can be when the people involved are all connected by blood, faith, and business. These videos are now being made public so people can watch for themselves and decide what they believe.
That was one instance where I saw him grab her and her trying to shrivel, kind of how kids and him force a mouth-to-mouth kiss. And then a separate occasion, I was very close. I was like this distance. I was sitting at a fridge with my back, and he was coloring at the table, and he came in and was asking for a kiss, kind of like this, and he grabbed her by the face and did a lip kiss on her there. And that was the one that I was close. When you're 2 feet away from it, I wanted to freak out. It was weird,
It was weird, like a non-blood uncle.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. And even just anyone, I don't know. I wouldn't kiss.
We're very
I kiss my
protective
kids,
people. We're protected people. We love our bees.
Yeah.
You know.
If you can send me her contact info,
See, okay, here's the thing. She is absolutely terrified
Petrified.
to talk to anybody.
okay.
And she was like very upset that I had her included in that letter. Again, the letter, I was never meaning to, get anyone in trouble with this. It was just like what I had, So I don't know how to do that because, she's terrified for, her job and her livelihood and
Well, ultimately, you guys know her better than I do. But if she could have any kind of, I guess, anything that could help further this case, whether to show that he did something or not, I think it would be beneficial. I mean, it's for a child, so.
I know.
Yeah, and it sounds like she might have a close relationship with that child too.
Yeah, I mean, she did. It was all kind of a family thing. So.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe you could talk to her when you see her next.
Yeah, I'll talk to her.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So does she know that you all had her listen in this thing?
Yeah, because I
told her
said
yesterday.
I'm going to go talk to a detective.
Okay.
No,
I thought we were trying to keep all this.
she found that out yesterday.
Okay.
And then we found out yesterday she confirmed a version, and I trust her.
Okay.
So.
Well, let me continue on a little bit.
Did y'all tell Edith and everyone else too? About her being included in this?
Yeah, I asked Edith if she was.
I thought we were trying to keep all this low profile, if you will.
As low as we possibly can with getting to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
As low as we possibly can with getting to the bottom of it.
Which Edith said she didn't see anything. So.
So you're gonna talk to Sylvia?
Mm-hmm.
And what is her title again?
She's just the cleaning lady
For,
Joni.
does Joni know?
No, and that's why she's terrified.